You know, for as long as we've been around, we've had this deep, unshakable desire to be more than we are, to see farther, to run faster, to live longer. Basically, to push right past the limits that biology handed us. So let's dive into this because we are standing at a wild moment in history where that desire is meeting technology that can actually make it happen.
And that brings us to the real heart of the matter. I mean, we're all used to tools that help us, right? From glasses to our smartphones. But what happens when those tools stop being things we hold in our hands and start becoming, well, part of us? When the code isn't just on a screen, but it's inside our own carbon-based bodies?
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But the truth is, we've been augmenting ourselves since like forever. It's actually one of the most fundamental parts of the human story. So here's the key idea to lock in. Human augmentation isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's the deliberate use of tech to upgrade our baseline abilities. It's about enhancing what we can already do or maybe even giving us entirely new capabilities we never had before.
This timeline really puts it all into perspective. I mean, look at this. We start almost 3,000 years ago with a simple, clever wooden toe in Egypt. Then you jump forward to the Roman Empire. They're making iron hands for soldiers. Then a huge leap, spectacles in the 13th century, which was a total game changer for a core human sense. And by the 1960s, technology starts to listen to our bodies, with arms that can actually read muscle signals. Every single step gets us closer and closer to this seamless integration.
So, that's the history. Now, let's fast forward to today, because this is the era where the lines between the digital world and the biological one really start to blur. This is where code meets carbon.
Okay, this is where things get absolutely mind-blowing. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. Think of them as translators for your mind. So for someone with a spinal injury, the brain's signals just can't get to the limbs. What companies like Neuralink are doing is creating a technological bridge, a bypass that captures those thoughts and turns them directly into digital commands. Commands that can move a cursor on a screen or even control a robotic arm. And the results? They're just stunning. 90%. Let that sink in. That's the accuracy a participant achieved controlling a robotic arm with just their thoughts. We're not talking about some clumsy, jerky movement here. This is precise, thought-driven control that is giving people back a profound connection to the world around them.
And it's not just about movement, it's about our senses too. For some types of blindness where the retina is damaged, bionic eyes like the Prima implant basically step in and do the retina's job. They take in light and translate it into the electrical language that the brain understands, completely bypassing the damaged cells to restore a form of sight.
And just try to imagine what that really means for someone's life. Going from being legally blind to actually being able to read letters again, to see shapes, to just confidently walk through a room. It's a fundamental change in how you experience reality itself. It's incredible.
And now, we're going even deeper, like all the way down to our own biological source code. Tools like CRISPR are basically a word processor for our DNA. Right now, the big focus is on fixing things, correcting the genetic typos that cause diseases like sickle cell anemia. But the technology itself? Well, it opens the door to enhancement, to tweaking genes to boost muscle repair, or maybe even cognitive function down the line. And this idea of tech integration is even helping us get back our most fundamental senses. We are now developing this flexible electronic skin for prosthetics that can feel pressure, temperature, and texture with 95% accuracy. Think about that. It's the difference between just holding a cup and actually feeling the warmth of the coffee inside it.
Okay, so we have all these amazing breakthroughs happening right now. What does it look like when they all start coming together? Let's take a quick trip into a day in a future that might not be so far away.
So, picture this. You wake up and your day's schedule is just there, overlaid in your vision. You've got a meeting with a colleague overseas, and instead of fumbling with a translation app, your BCI just translates your thoughts into fluent Japanese in real time. I mean, current research is already hitting speeds of nearly 80 words per minute just from thought. That's way faster than most of us can type. Your commute is a breeze because your smart leg already knows the terrain and adjusts before you even take a step. And that night, instead of hitting the books, you just download the basics of a new programming language. This is a world where biological and technological limits start to become, well, optional.
But, and this is a really big but,
This incredible, exciting future forces us to hit the brakes and ask some profoundly important questions. Because with this kind of power comes a whole lot of complexity.
You know, it's funny, this tension isn't new at all. As the writer David Brin points out, every disruptive technology in history gets met with this same split. The printing press was going to spread wisdom, and it also spread hateful pamphlets that fueled wars. The internet was going to create a global village, and it also created echo chambers and misinformation. The thing is, the optimists and the pessimists, they've both been right, every single time. And that leads us to the massive ethical crossroads we're at today. I mean, what does it even mean to be human if your memories are stored on a chip? Who gets access to this stuff? If these enhancements are expensive, do we risk creating a new biological class divide between the augmented and the naturals? These aren't just technical problems anymore. They are deeply, deeply human ones we have to figure out.
Ultimately, this future isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's a future we are actively building right now, with every breakthrough and every ethical choice we make. The real question isn't just what can we do, it's what should we do? And how we answer that? Well, that's going to define not just our technology, but the very essence of what it means to be human for a long, long time to come.